Good evening and welcome to Adventures in Lollygagging. I am Aaron, I am your Gamemaster, and once again, this Friday night, we are returning to Free League's Dragonbane, where our big damn heroes had an interesting time 2 weeks ago. They took off their adventuring hats and put on their investigators' hats, and went in search of their missing companion, Absu. For all of you who have not heard about Absu's trials, I'm going to fill you in a little bit of it here. So the group split up, looking for where their companion could have gone. Unbeknownst to them, she had been kidnapped by an ancient mallard vampire named Quentin, who had spirited her away and held her captive, slowly turning her into a vampire. Our heroes followed the clues, managed to figure out where Clara was being held in the old hut of Draneth that everybody had discovered earlier was freezing cold and unnatural. And shockingly enough, it's because a vampire was layering underneath it. They were able to drive off Quentin, not kill him, but drive him off and rescue Absu before she was completely turned into a vampire. However, she was suffered enough that she now has the bloodlust weakness. And when that triggers, either by Absu triggering her own weakness or from me triggering it, she will go into a berserker state, as per the talent, and turn into a whirlwind of fangs, wings, and carnage. I can't wait to see it happen. The party then regrouped. Ulthad had gotten their horses and everything together. They had their supplies, and they headed out. And were able to catch up with Rowan about halfway to their journey to Bothild's Lode. They were able to rest on the way, so they've recovered themselves. However, you guys are at the last legs of your journey right now. So is there anything you want to discuss? Absu, is there anything you want to share with them before Rowan brings you up to the gates of Bothild? The floor is all of yours.
So I don't think Absu knows she has the bloodlust, so...
Well, you feel a burning in your blood and a hunger. An unnatural hunger is still within you. Not as bad as it was when Quentin was feeding on you, but you can definitely feel something within you hungering that was not there before.
So I think then if she is aware of that, she would confide, because she's already spoken to Galahop once before of her fears, and so she will, to the group, just kind of let them know, like, because she's already told them that she can still hear the vampires. Like, he spoke to her, and he's told her that he's going to find her again. And she does have, what is it, the skill? Some pretty good myths and legends. She is aware of what bloodlust could be, and she just warns you all to watch out for her in case that is something that happens.
We'll have your back. We will take care of you. We are all getting stronger. We are all working very well together, and we will take care of you.
If my life is the cost needed to save this world, I would gladly pay it.
No payment necessary. I'll take care of it. Time, but it's not gonna come to that. But if it did, like, I got you. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I'll make it quick. I mean, not necessarily quick, but like never mind. We don't need to get into the details, is what I'm saying.
It won't come to that. It's not going to come to that.
Yay. We didn't realize she was going to get buried and nearly turned into a vampire either. So, you never really know what's going to happen.
Oh, we should have been very suspicious of the house that didn't let me fireball it.
That's a good point. You're not wrong about that. That was kind of a strange place, but magic's not really my thing. That's like you and Stormhand. Oh, yeah. So, like, I kind of follow your lead on that one.
And speaking of Stormhand, he is... Speaking of Stormhand, he's kind of isolated himself, staring off, He's kind of looking grumpy and acting irritated. Galahop, you've seen this before. You think he must be going through puberty for the second time. Every once in a while, his tongue just darts out and grabs a fly and swallows it. But he seems to be pouting and very quiet in the corner.
Oh my god, this was... I've seen it once before. We kind of went through it together. Things aren't as bad for, for frog folk, but like lizard folk, whoa, it's a brutal period. And the body odor is going to get significant, just so everyone understands. It's going to be really bad, but I'll tell you this, don't say anything, because this is going to make his mood even worse. So, just hold your breath around him, if that's, if you could do that.
And Clara will just sort of throw some food his way. Just eat your way through, you'll feel better.
He just grunts, takes it, shoves a bunch in his mouth. Too. He grumbles, you hear his stomach grumbling, and then you do smell this acrid, thick odor coming off of him. Not enough to make you want to vomit, but definitely enough to make your eyes tear up.
Oh, Galahop, you weren't wrong.
Nope. It's really bad. It's really bad.
Maybe we can... Do we have to cross a river? Maybe we can dunk him several times.
That's just going to make the water smell for miles. I think that's how it works. I'm not really sure. What it is. It's some sort of enzyme. I don't even know what that word means, to be honest, but he said it once.
It's soap. It's soap. That's what we need.
Yeah, well, you're better off breaking off a couple pieces of the soap and shoving them up your nose than you are trying to clean him or whatever, because he's just going to stink it up 30 seconds later.
We pick some flowers.
Shove them up your nose.
Just hold them right by our ears, and we just smell the flowers as we walk, and that will help.
Wait a second. Cat people smell with their ears?
No. You tuck the flower behind your ear.
Yeah, why though? If you're not smelling with your ear, why are you putting the flower on your ear? That doesn't.
Yeah, I think you should eat the flower. That is better.
I mean, that makes more sense than putting it behind your ear. Was it whispering to you?
Or you can put them on a necklace and then you smell them as you walk. Like the idea
them up
is
your nose. I don't understand why this is. You're just moving past this. Trust me. Just shove it up your nose. You're gonna feel better. Don't snort it all the way though. You're gonna get sick from that.
That's the thing. Then I sneeze it out, and then there goes the flower.
Well, I guess the world's gonna end then. Never mind. Okay.
You now notice that Rowan has been staring at you all with this look of incredulous wonder on her face. She's like, you hear her mutter, "I cannot believe Maladuke thinks these are going to be the saviors of the Vale." But out loud she says, "We're almost to the gates of Bolthild's Lode. We'll get you in to see Maladuke as quickly as we can." And you can see as the ravine starts to end, a rock wall leads up to a stone gate. And you could see that at one point it had probably been a magnificent dwarven gate. But it was been seriously damaged, and it looks like they're in the process of repairing it. But just with temporary repairs. But the gate is functional. You see 4 goblins on either side. And as Rowan approaches, they tug the gate open and they sort of bow and sort of fall over their feet at her as you are allowed into a tunnel about 60 feet long that leads to another set of doors. Rowan she just stops, dismounts, and tells you all, "Follow me."
Okay.
And she leads you all through the hallway, past several guards, and into a chamber. Now, truly, is Redmud going with you, or is he staying outside?
Red Mud is a very good boy, and he's going to just like Absu, a little bit bloody sometimes, but all good. He will come with
All
me.
right. So you guys get inside of this large square. You can see the night sky stretching out and disappearing upwards above you. And there's a big headless statue with a double-headed axe raised towards the ceiling. The air inside here is cold and dank, and a dreamy haze rests over the room. You can see a large group of goblins loitering about the room, and you see several orcs on guard duty. One approaches Rowan, and they mutter to one another in Orcish. She points back to you, and then he points further down the corridors and towards the mine. Do you guys want to do anything or say anything while Rowan's talking to him? You can see to the north, it looks like up through the northern corridor, it looks like there's a small area that there are several large wolves and wargs in there. And down to the south, the same. So there are pens in here for their mounts and their fighting companions. The goblins aren't really paying you any attention. A few of them have come over and started to poke at you, Truly. What are you doing with all these? Where's your orc?
I don't need no orc. I have fire.
Shh, don't say that here. You're gonna get us all. Listen.
Where are
We got a good thing going with these orcs. Don't mess it up for us.
I got a good thing with my fire, so there.
Well, okay. So there to you too.
So there to you too. And where do you keep their dogs though? Because Red Mud needs to be like cared for.
The rest of the wolves are down in the south there, and the wargs are up in the north pens. So it's down in this area.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you for taking Red Mud there.
All right. He goes, well, he'll be fine there. He'll be fine there. No goblin would steal him, I promise.
I narrow my eyes at him.
We're the very best at keeping an eye on wolves.
Well, I am the best at fire, so your orc can't protect you from my fire. If you don't do anything to my Red Mud.
Well, we would never hurt a wolf.
Okay, then I will never fire on you.
As you turn away, you think you hear him snicker, but you're not sure.
Yeah, very good.
Rowan turns back to all of you. Are you ready? You can take a moment to rest here if you want, or we can go on to see Maladuk.
No, I guess I'm ready to go on. Hey, let me ask you a question. Do you know an orc named Agra?
Yes, Agra is probably with Maladuk right now.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah, we get some history. So yeah, okay. I was just curious. That's all. All right. Yeah, I'm ready to go if everyone else is.
So,
rested, ready to go.
Rowan leads you deeper to the east and into the mines, and then up through a twisting corridor, and it dips down and gets and actually becomes more of a mine shaft as you go down probably 50 to 60 feet in elevation, and then come out into another room. And in that room, you see a brick furnace covered in glittering runes stretching from the floor to the ceiling and spreading its light throughout the vast hall. It smells of burnt flesh and hair, and in the middle of the room, gathered around a minecart, is a group of orcs engaged in a heated argument. Rowan clears her voice, and the large female orc with a skull headdress on, wearing plate armor, turns. You see her broad jaw and even broader shoulders, nearly 7 feet tall, with red eyes and rings through her pointed ears, long black hair. Captain Rowan. And you also see Agra standing behind her. You were so impressed by the sight of this great orc that you didn't notice Agra at first, amongst the other orcs in the room. Rowan, are these the ones that the knight Shadowleaf mentioned? No one says, yes, Chief Maladuk. These are the ones that she said might be worthy of Durham. This orc chieftain settles back, kind of puts her back up against this forge. See, the heat doesn't even seem to bother her. She looks each of you up and down. I mean, most of you are about half her height, so Stormhand still kicking dirt in the corner, acting a little grumpy. So,
Taking his hair over to one side, smoking a cigarette, drinking some coffee.
It's like, I am Chieftain Maladuk. You have met and helped some of my captains in the past. I believe you know Agra, and obviously you know Rowan. We have a problem here. Possibly you'll be the solution. I came here chasing a myth, a legend. The legend of Bothild's Lode, of this mine. You see, apparently, somewhere within the mine itself, there is a chamber that, when activated, will open a portal into the dwarf underway. And depending on where you dial in this portal, it will place you in different parts of the dwarven underway. One of them is very near to the old abandoned keep that the followers of the Corpse Rose have taken over. I came here in hopes of finding that room, finding that portal, and inserting a team of specialists who would then sneak into the castle to try to steal back the piece of Eladane's key that was stolen from us, while the rest of us attack the castle from the front as a distraction. Most of our forces, including the forces of Outskirt, are already staged there. The attack will happen tomorrow at dawn. The problem is, we can't find the chamber. And the damn ghost of Balthild refuses to speak with me. Apparently, in her day, the dwarves and the orcs did not get along, and she has a hatred for my kind. Every time we've tried to get close to her, she's either attacked us or simply disappeared. And beyond that, beyond the freezing water, there's something in the mines that has been taking the orcs randomly. I'm moving my forces out today so we can get to the castle. So we can be prepared to storm its gates. But you have a choice to make. You can stay here and try to find this portal room and use it to assault the keep from underneath. Or you can come with us and be part of the vanguard attacking the keep. That was my original plan, but the knight, Lady Shadowleaf, was afraid that Celine, if she thought her position was going to be overrun, would take the key and flee. And as you probably are already aware, we do not have a lot of time left before Sathmog breaches the barriers and devours this misty veil and tears it down into hell itself. So that's the decision you must make. Find the room by treating with the ghost of Bothild if she will speak to you, or finding it on your own. Or come with us now and hope that we're able to stop Celine before she escapes.
Well, given that we do not have orcs in our group, it would appear perhaps that trying to treat with her would be something that we would be successful at.
And I'm the best at being sneaky, and I never get caught ever.
She looks down at you, and she actually
Galahop
smiles.
looks at Agra. Galahop looks right at Agra.
I know who's in the room.
And just shakes his head.
That was on purpose.
And Agra just nods back. Maladuke and Rowan both smile, having spent a great deal of time with goblins. But then she's like, we don't have time to discuss this. You're either staying or you're leaving with us, but I'm pulling my forces out now.
Do you, where you been finding Bathil down here? Like, is there like a specific room, a chamber that the ghost tends to
The
congregate?
ghost will roam a bit, but more often than not, she's in the deep well, the farthest west chamber. So from here, you would go south and then west and then south and then west and then north into that chamber. That's where we normally find her. But you must understand that the legend has it that Bathild, she was the dwarf engineer who created this mine. And in her greed, she breached a underground ocean. And the waters flowed up and have partially submerged this mine. The chamber she floats above is so deep no orc has ever swum to its depths. All throughout the chambers, the water is at a minimum chest high to all of you. And in many places you would have to swim. And in some places, as I said, it's almost appears bottomless. And the water is freezing cold.
Oh, cold water again.
Well,
Ugh.
I think that's not the worst thing that dwarves have dug up. Usually they kill a lot more people.
Well, don't. You're a goblin. You already have one strike against you. Don't tell Bathild's ghost how bad dwarfs are at mining. You won't
if
get
she's
very
mean?
far with her.
Okay.
She will definitely become mean if you tell her that. And she is a deadly opponent. She has killed a few orcs herself.
Okay.
What about this this other thing down here that's been taking the orcs? What do you know about that?
All it's ever been reported is sometimes you see a white body in the water moving quickly, but more often than not, an orc is just pulled under and disappears. Nobody has actually seen the beast. I think Bathild knows what it is, but she won't speak with us, so.
Okay. All right. And when are you leaving? When are you moving out with the Vanguard here?
As soon as I'm done briefing you and you make your decision.
Okay, well, things are moving pretty fast here. Okay, understood. All right.
And it's about 10 o'clock in the morning right now for you guys. So you're in the second shift of the day. And she wants to be outside of the keep by dawn tomorrow to attack. So basically, she's got like a 12-hour march ahead of her.
Apsu, are you going to feel ready to take this on?
Yes, that would be fine.
Okay.
Would you?
So we're staying, drowning to death. Is that what we're doing?
Oh,
We learned from last time, right? We'll do better in the water than last time.
I don't like the water, and I never went in last time. But if I can go on someone's shoulders, I will. And she pulls out her staff with the big sort of orb that she's glued to the top of it, and her little wand sulfur, and taps it, and we'll do the magic trick heat, so that we remain warm in the icy cold water. I can at least keep us warm if someone can keep me dry.
So you're pretty sure that based on the volume of water that you're going to be in, you could, if you're riding on somebody, you could keep yourself warm and probably the person you were riding on, but that's about it.
That works.
I can be passed
But
around.
pretty much, Clara and Absu are really the only ones who are big enough that you could ride on, because Galahop and Stormhand are basically your size too. So
Yeah. And Galahop is in full plate armor.
yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm gonna be walking on the bottom.
So that's that is a point.
We're gonna
Like,
find out if the water's bottomless.
well, Maladuke does say to you, it will be very difficult for you to move through parts of the mine in armor. It's your decision, but we've had orcs drowned when they could no longer swim through parts of the tunnels.
Hey, that's just how it is at this point. If I drown in it, I drown in it. But,
I appreciate that your courage is inspiring.
It's partly that. I'm a knight. If I don't got my armor, it's not like I'm a knight anymore. I'm just some frog with a fist, and that ain't so scary. So
I think you also would have like the most interesting like tan lines because you have that thing on like all the time. It would be funny if you didn't have it on.
Personally, I didn't know frogs tanned, so this is news to me.
I know, right? I was thinking the same thing.
And either, but I was just thinking like someone that wears armor all the time and suddenly doesn't have it on would be like very like pale underneath.
So have you made?
We have braved
decided?
cold water before for far less. It was a serious reason to brave cold water, but this is even more serious. So I think if we've done it once, we can do it again.
So your decision then is to stay.
Water. Yes. And I can make an ice raft.
Right. It seems like it's the smart choice. Like if we succeed, then that's a huge boon.
Absolutely.
We get to sneak in, we get the back way in. And if we fail, I mean, you just out a few folks that you barely even know, and your army's intact, and you can attack, and maybe you win without us. So strategically, it seems like the right plan.
I'm glad to see that Lady Shadowleaf's opinion of you was correct. We're withdrawing now. Good luck. One last thing. She alluded that you might have all the other pieces of the statue. If, and I don't care to know, if you do, and you get the last piece, get back to Outskirt as fast as possible. Don't worry about the rest of us. Don't stay if we are still fighting. Get to the tomb and get the sword. That's the only thing that matters.
Understood. Thank you.
And so you see Rowan and Maladuke and her orc entourage immediately, they don't even say another word. They just turn around and walk out. And you see to the southwest a corridor and leading out, and you can smell seawater down that corridor. What would you like to do?
Okay. Stay here. Don't come near me for 1 second, okay? And Truly will run over to sort of the entryway. I have a quick question. If she has a distance 4 frost spell at level 1, does that create it would create a radius of, I guess, 4 meters. Would that be big enough for everybody to stand on if it was like probably, right?
Let's double check the spell.
For frost, any water in the area of effect immediately freezes. In a river, this creates an ice flow that you can walk or use as a raft. Yeah, I'm looking at the very bottom sentence.
No, I got it. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, 4 meters. Yeah, you guys would be fine.
Okay, I just want to make sure it's like I don't need to upcast it so that more people can stand on it. Okay. Oh, and she'll clap her staff on the ground.
Now, of course. Nope. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All of you will become cold by standing on this ice floe.
Okay, yes. But then use the heat cantrip to keep people warm.
Which will melt the ice floe.
Okay,
Which will melt the ice.
Okay, we'll be cold, but we won't be in the water.
I do think I do think standing on something cold is better than swimming through freezing water. So I think if there's levels of cold, I think standing on something cold is the preferred option, I would say. My cat Fur would prefer to not be in ice cold water again.
Okay. So what it will mean is you all will lose a d6 hit points and a d6 willpower, and you will not be able to heal.
If they're in radius when I cast the spell. Not on the ongoing effect of using it as a raft. That's a one-time effect. I would argue. So you drastically lower the temperature around you. All natural fires in the area of effect are extinguished, and all living creatures lose a d6 and a d of HP and WP when the spell is cast, not when on an ongoing effect.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. If you're standing on an iceberg, you're going to be cold.
Okay. All right. I try. Then as long as we're okay with that, I can still do the raft. Are we all right with that one?
Absolutely.
Do we need to do it like right away? Can we
don't know.
See what the water like? Because like I feel like before we cast it. Before you cast it, like let's actually just like poke around and see if it's like a gradual deepening. Like we might be able to avoid some of it.
Okay, I will stand back and let you explore the water first. I was excited.
You want me to do it? Yeah. Oh no, we're probably going to use it for sure. Just let me just get a sense of the depth. Let me just kind of start looking around a bit. I suppose.
So Galahop, as you move,
and he'll.
As you move into this cold, damp, smelly, musty, briny tunnel, you see that the ceiling is quite high, and tiny droplets of water form a ghostly haze across the top of the water, making it difficult to see more than a few meters ahead of you. You can also see dwarven artwork on the walls that bear witness to the former grandeur of this mine. As you walk in, the water is cold. Bitter cold, and quickly comes up to a depth of your chest. So if you want to continue walking, you can see that it curves to the south and you can walk down there. It does not, you can kind of see the bottom where you're at now, so you don't think it gets any deeper in the immediate vicinity of you.
So he'll call back. Yeah, it's a few feet deep. I don't know. Like, I think Claire and Apsu probably won't be so bad, but Truly and I are going to be up to our necks pretty quick. Looks like, I guess let's go ahead and break out the ice boat. What is this thing you're making?
It's a raft. It's just on the top of the water. But there's no like sides or like sail, so it has to be a raft by definition.
You guys just gonna use your hands to paddle, or?
I've got the staff. I can push
perfect.
like we're in Venice or a little canal in France or something.
I like it. Okay, go ahead.
It sounds like you got this figured out, Truly.
Okay, just stand away to avoid the first effect, so I don't freeze you. And she'll kind of stand in the corner and do a level 1 frost, blah, 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 roll. I might need to push nope, success.
No, you're good. So, what's it look like as this ice raft forms?
So Truly is going to stand in like just the shallow bits of the water so she can get the most amount of water without needing to go deep into it herself. And she'll just kind of like stomp her staff a few times, and the orb on the top of it kind of lights up from, instead of red and orange, will go into a blue haze. And then a little bit of snowfall kind of appears in the area, and everything suddenly freezes over.
Nice.
Okay.
And I'm going to compromise. You all can make a bushcraft roll. If you succeed on your bushcraft roll, you're able to stay on the raft without taking the cold condition, just as if you were walking in cold. But if you fail the bushcraft, you're gonna.
All right.
Wow.
So like,
Oh my
Mark that point off
God.
there. Mark that point off. Woo.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Truly, you want to push that?
Yeah, I'm just. Okay. I am a little bit disheartened by the meanness of the lady we're going to go meet.
Okay.
There we go. No problem.
And how'd Galahop do?
Galahop failed.
Okay. So Galahop and Clara, go ahead and roll a d6 for hit point loss and a d6 for willpower loss. Bypasses armor.
Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
So Clara and Galahop, the cold is getting to you more than you were expecting it to. The rest of you seem fine. You can't tell if Stormhand was affected by it or not because he's still kind of pouting. For whatever reason, doesn't even seem to want to engage with everybody. He's mumbling about not getting enough bug juice before you left Outskirts and why didn't anybody ever look out for him. But you're able to get on the raft, and truly you're able to pull the raft. And it is headed south. You come to a juncture, and you can see that it goes to the east, and it looks like there might be a cave-in to the east, but there also might be a small stream from that cave-in going south, but the water to the east looks much deeper. And then you can see the water to the west continues down this corridor, and it looks to be about the same depth.
What direction?
I mean, the directions we were given was to go west and then south and then west and then north
Yep.
to this
Yep.
room.
Should follow the instructions we were given.
Okay, I follow the instructions. Oh,
What do we know about Bathild? In obviously we've learned that she doesn't like orcs, but would any of us cause conflicts with her?
me. She doesn't like orcs. She doesn't like goblins.
Yeah, you would assume that she's probably doesn't love goblins, but if you want more information about Bathild, you can give me like a myths and legends roll to see if there's anything that you can recall. Anybody can if they want. All right.
Ooh.
So all three of you are thinking about it, and you've heard legends of Bathild, mainly because she's such a tragic figure in dwarf lore. You've heard other dwarfs talking about her in the past. She was an incredible engineer, a visionary, and an amazing miner. So much so that in her arrogance, she felt that she could do more, better, and faster than any other dwarf. So she ignored some of the Longbeard's advice when it came to mining. And in Bathild's Lode, well, it wasn't called that at the time, but this mine itself forced a shaft down too deep, and that's what broke through. And this underground sea flooded the entire area, and over 50 dwarves drowned in the mine before they could escape, including Bathild, who in her embarrassment over having caused this refused to leave the area of the shaft that while it was flooding, basically dropped to her knees according to legends and added her own tears to the salt water that was flowing in and around her, and that she drowned in the mine.
These are very sad stories that we heard about her.
It is.
Not sure how that will help us, but we know that she blames herself.
It is a tragedy.
But maybe there's like something like we can do to like help her atone or something, you know. But like we gotta find her first, you know.
Well, it does seem that 50 dwarves dying is quite the thing to mourn. But the loss that will be upcoming if we can't complete our task will be even more disastrous. So perhaps helping to save more lives.
So the raft drifts there at the intersection. Which way are you poling it? To the west or into the deeper water to the east? Okay. So you continue to go to the west. The corridor stays fairly uniform. The depth of the water does not seem to change. Because the water is so cold itself, the raft itself is not shrinking. It is staying fairly intact. You get down about 100 feet down this corridor, and you see it branches off to the north a little bit, but then there's a cave-in. And then you can see to the south, it's completely caved in. But from the sound you can hear on the other side of the cave-in, it sounds like water lapping up against the stone. So you have a feeling that this is just a caved-in cross corridor.
So I think we just keep going west if we can, right? Continue to follow the instructions.
I am the best at this boat rafting thing.
So Truly continues.
That's true.
Truly continues to pull through. Again, nothing. You hear nothing. The mist is just slightly disturbed by by your passage, but nothing occurs. And again, you come. This tunnel ends, and it goes south, and it goes north. Which direction would you like to go?
Per the instructions, south.
Okay, south.
So you turn south into these waters. Again, the water depth does not seem to have changed much in this area either. But as you turn south, you hear a cracking sound inside the rock wall, and moments later it bursts into a cascade of stone and water. Let's see here. There's 4 of you. I'm going to roll a d4. Clara 1, Galahad 2, Truly 3, Absu 4. Truly. So it's towards the back of the raft, and you see this jet of water shoots out and strikes you, and stones hit you. You can attempt to evade this if you would like.
I would like to try to evade this. The best
evade away.
Cannonball in the water.
Ah, yes. I'm the best at evading. It's okay.
So yeah, you duck down and you kind of push your staff deep into the water and like as a brace. And although some of this rubble smacks off against you, it washes by you, and you're unaffected by it. You were not knocked into the water, and you're able to turn the raft to the south.
Oh, Truly, be careful.
Like the water.
I would like at some point when you make a boat to make a warm boat. That would be very, very nice. I appreciate the boat, but it is making my butt cold.
I couldn't figure out how to do rock yet, but I could try a rock boat and it will definitely float and not sink immediately. Later. Next time.
Next time, as she's shivering.
Galahop Absu share a look at the thought of a rock boat.
I will say this. After last night's somebody busting on the wonders of concrete, I have made a concrete canoe, and I have rowed that concrete canoe.
Great.
Concrete is
my point was concrete is also not a good nobleman's material. Thank you.
That is not true. Polished concrete, especially with like some aesthetics to it, is beautiful.
Polished copper, way nicer.
No, I'll take Melissa knows this. If I could do anything to our house, it would be to make polished concrete floors all around, because I love them. They're gorgeous.
And if you can,
absolutely gorgeous.
If you can build an interesting enough mold and you're good enough working concrete, you can make a concrete look like anything.
Still
Yeah.
gray.
including hardwood. They've got a concrete floor that just looks like oak hardwood.
Mm.
Thing is, concrete does not have to be
All
gray.
right.
When you treat it with various acids, you actually create beautiful like rainbow patterns and things like that. It's amazing.
The civil engineer in me
Yeah.
was crushed last
Beautiful.
night.
It's absolutely beautiful.
We don't have beautiful acids in medieval era Venice.
Wait, what? What are you talking
The
about?
whole
You guys
alchemist
just came
guild.
out of a giant mansion
Yeah.
that broke the laws
Yeah.
of physics. You have magic. Yeah. You're just.
So I hear. So Levita just needs to
We're the
get
wrong
better.
game.
at these guys,
So-
and it might be prettier.
Go back to Dragonbane.
Sorry for derailing everything there, but so and then
Building
and
materials.
then Truly gets
Very,
pulled
very
off the
contentious topic.
raft and
then
eaten
Truly
by a
dies.
concrete monster. No,
Sinks like a concrete stone to the bottom.
All
so
I hear is that meme. Fuck yeah, concrete.
so you come to a cross corridor that heads back to the east, basically a parallel shaft to the one you were just on. The one you were in continues to the south as well, and appears to have several shafts moving off either to the east or the west. What direction would you like to go? Continue south or go east?
We're looking for like the first west turn in that
Okay.
we can take.
So you guys continue further down south, and it's only about another 30 feet on. You see the corridor turn to the west. Now this is a tighter area and a tighter turn. So Truly, give me a seamanship roll.
Uh-oh. I've done
You're the best at
Four.
seamanship. Come on.
seamanship. I definitely can do this. Let's go. Oh shit. Okay, yep. I am the best at seamanship.
All right.
Here
So
they are.
you're managed to you dig your staff in, and you're actually able to pivot this raft into this shaft without damaging the raft. So very successful turn. Because
like
Truly
guy
is the
with
best.
octopus tattoos.
Since we know she roams, do we see her
Give me
anywhere, or
awareness
we
checks.
were warned of a monster?
A white body that we
You have
might
not
see.
seen a white body yet. The mists make it very difficult to see more than a few meters.
Are you kidding
Do you
me?
want to push that, Absu?
An 18 on my 17?
I succeeded in my awareness.
Yeah, I'm not gonna push this early. Absu was
Looking
too
around.
distracted by Truly almost dying and falling into the water.
Sure.
Clara, as you're looking around, you don't see a ghost per se, but you do feel a cold breeze down your neck every once in a while, and you hear in a voice in what you think is Dwarvish, but you can't pick out much of the words. But you think you heard the phrase "I'm sinking" and "White Death." But you did not see anything making those sounds.
Did someone say they're sinking?
Do we
Everyone is
No,
on the
know
raft,
what
right?
white
really well.
death is?
I did a lot of magic for
So-
this.
You
Still open,
did a
not
great job.
sinking.
But someone is sinking and talking about death in Dwarvish. I think.
I don't know how to speak Dwarvish, so it wasn't me.
Well, there were a lot of them that died here.
It could be any of the
Hmm.
spirits or Bathilde herself.
That is. I'm keeping my eyes out and my ears open.
And it turns back to the north, and you raft your way into a shaft that looks like it's deep, deep water. I mean, this water is so blue, it almost looks black. You get towards the middle of this shaft, and a shimmering spirit appears in front of you, floating above the water. It appears like a blurred echo, torn up with ragged tears out of her throat. Her eyes, this pale, ghostly look, blood flaking across her face, a scowl looking at you. Her hair cut in razor-sharp fringes. She looks at Truly, and her face begins to hollow out. And it's almost like you see a skull beneath it. Her jaw starts to distend.
Oh, it's the mean
What do
lady.
you do?
Clara steps in front of kind of the eyeline.
Hey,
So,
Lady Barfield, we come to speak with you.
come in peace. Yeah. We don't want no fighting, harm, and nothing.
You bring the enemy to my most horrendous disgrace, to the place of my death, to the place of my loss, and you bring the enemy to stare at me, to gawk at me? I need somebody to make me a persuasion check.
I can try that. I've got a 16. That's a success.
So what do you say to her?
She is a friend of ours, and we are all hoping to entreat with you. We come with humility in a spirit of compromise. This is Truly. She is quite a good spirit.
Remind her that I'm too young to have been alive when she died.
She is here to atone for the conflicts of her ancestors.
I am?
You see the ghost, her eyes almost bulge out of her head as she stares at Truly. And then her mouth just goes into this horrific smile. It almost looks like it splits her head in half. But then she nods. She goes, "If you seek atonement, perhaps. What is it that you wish of me?"
We seek the Dwarven portal to be able to access,
and she kind of explains like where we're trying to go.
Ah, so you
There's
want...
great conflict, and this could help ease the resolution and save Dwarven people and human people and beast folk as well.
Give me another persuasion check with a boon, because you mentioned saving dwarves.
Oh, fuck me.
And actually take a double boon, because Clara succeeded on her persuasion check. So roll 3 dice, take the lowest of
Ooh.
them.
Okay, so 2 boons.
Mhm.
Oh,
You got this.
guys, my target's a 5.
You got it.
You got it with a 4. You have 5
It's
persuasion.
fine.
Oh my
I am
gosh.
not our socialite in this group. I am upsetting. I was bitten. I lost points in charisma.
I learned to stop talking because my persuasion is 5.
So she nods and she goes, "I will help you. You need to do something for me first, and then I will tell you where the portal is, and I will tell you how to activate the portal, and how to key the portal to where you want to go."
What is it you ask of us?
You must retrieve for me my axe at the bottom of this shaft, and kill the White Death that killed so many of my people. Bring me its head and my axe. Anything else you find is yours to keep, and I will tell you what you want to know.
What is this White Death that we need to kill?
It is a fell cave sea serpent that came out of the crags beneath this shaft when the mine fell, and continues to feed in its halls.
Okay, so they did too deep, just like the other dwarves.
Yeah, so like, how deep is this water?
Beneath this shaft goes down to the fissure that opens to the sea, but the shaft bottom is 50 feet below me.
Right. So like, I don't want to be insensitive here, but like, we're still living and we need to breathe and everything. And like, that's like, I'm all for getting your axe and killing a serpent. Like, seriously, you know of like any way for us to like, kind of get down there without drowning?
And again, you see that huge smile, and she's like, "No, I do not. Hold your breath and hope for the best."
Right. Right.
And at this point, Absu kind of is looking at her trident.
Mm-hmm.
And she sighs. I guess, again, I will be bait. Yes?
Well, follow-up question. If you don't know necessarily how we could get there without breathing, do you have the ability to just push us faster? So there's a shorter amount of time that we have to hold our breath underwater?
And her hand shoots out. Like, 1 second she's far away from you, and the next second she's right in front of you, and then her hand shoots out and goes right through your face. She goes, "No, I cannot touch you. Not your body, just your spirit."
Had to ask, just brainstorming.
So, do you know of like a way to like maybe get that whole sea serpent like up here? Is there like a place that likes to surface every now and then around here? Like maybe if we can't necessarily go down to it and fight it, maybe we can lure it up to us.
It is all,
and then we'll figure out the axe thing afterwards.
It is already somewhere in the mines. It's not in the pit at the moment.
Okay.
Is there a way to? Is there like a call?
You're warm,
or a bait.
You are warm-blooded creatures. You are already bait. I am surprised you got this far without it attacking.
We had a boat.
But if you wish to call it to you,
you can
simply bleed into the water.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, there we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Okay. All right, so like we're gonna do this in like a task-oriented sort of thing. First task, kill the beast, right? Second task, we're gonna figure out how one of us gets down to the bottom of the shaft to get the axe. That makes sense?
Well, I could make ice around someone.
Absu's trident allows her to breathe water, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
For a whole
That's great for her, but
well, if the White Death is dead,
you might not, for the rest of us.
You might not all have to go down after it.
Right. So like we just gotta kill the thing first, right? That's kind of all we gotta do, I suppose.
We should.
Step 1, kill that. Step 2, get axe. 3, save world.
Okay.
Well, I think there's other steps.
That's only 3 things.
Like,
that's so
gotta,
easy.
Well, no, I mean we gotta get like the other fragment of the key. Then we gotta get back to outskirt. But like let's just
That's
focus
more
on
things.
what we gotta two. Yeah, we got a lot of things to do. There's a big list.
3A, 3B, 3C, but still just 3 things.
Right. Listen, we're gonna help out Bathfield. Hey, we got you. We got no problem. So like,
and she just
smiles where the water's too deep.
She smiles and just sort of fades away. Assuming you're either going to die or succeed, and then she'll be back.
Truly sticks her tongue out at her.
Kind of like how she had that like really big mouth. I got like a really big mouth too. You see,
So Truly sticks her tongue out at her.
Yeah.
No, please,
Oh
God.
dear. Oh,
Absu is blocking me. Absu has been blocking me. That's true.
Okay, we'll say that she does not see you stick your tongue out at her because Absu was blocked.
Absu's wing is immediately just like
wrapped around her.
Ashley's been like pushing, and I knew.
So I don't know about Galahop, but Clara is down 6 HP and 4 willpower from the coldness of this raft. So I'm considering a round rest maybe before
You can't heal
we
while
jump
you're
into
cold.
this, or wait.
You can't heal. You can't heal while you're cold.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Blasted.
Yeah.
If we go to
Okay.
0, we probably gonna die too. So
That's
like, there's
rough.
no like getting up or anything. It's
Oh.
It's ugly.
cold's pretty terrible.
We could
terrible.
Yeah.
boat back to the like safe area and stand on normal ground and warm up if you wanted.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That's true.
thinking. We get it back to a place like where there's only a handful of feet of water. You know, we can maneuver and such, and give that a
Oh,
try,
good
and
call.
then we try to lure it to us.
Good call. I'd very much like to be less cold than I am right now.
I like it. So you're going to
Okay.
maneuver the raft
Truly,
back.
to a more strategic
the
position where we
original
can be
position.
in the water.
Okay.
Yeah, a place where like at least some people, like ranged people, could be on firm ground.
Mhm.
I figure Clara and I, unfortunately, are probably gonna have to get in the water, but
So is Absu. I think this is only
Okay,
for
so-
me.
I mean, Absu can fly
That's
if
true.
she needs to.
You start to pull your way out. Absu, you get back to, Truly, you get back to that rough turn. So give me another seamanship roll.
Oh yes, let's do. Can I have a boon because I've done that once before?
No.
Oh, okay.
Good argument,
It's
though.
a basic skill
Yeah,
I
that's
guess
test.
so.
That was a good try.
Oh no, that thing is falling
Oh.
apart now.
Well, you can push it if you want.
No, it's okay.
Alrighty. So you kind of scrape
Uh-oh.
against the wall. I need everybody to make me an evade roll.
Oh god.
Oh, no.
So Clara and Truly, do you want to push it?
Yeah,
All
I'll
right.
push. Yeah, my evade is 12, I feel like. Come on.
Oh,
Son of a-
so close.
Hmm.
Okay, how did Galahop do?
I actually passed even with Bane.
Oh, fantastic.
Yay.
Nice.
So, Clara, you're the only one. The raft starts to break up a little bit, and you go into the water. And it is deep here. Like, you have to swim. So I need a swimming check from you.
Oh, this is going to go from bad to worse. Swim skill of 9, and I rolled a 15.
Do you want to push that?
What are the stakes here, if I can ask?
If you don't successfully swim, then you need to make a constitution check, and if you fail that, you start drowning. So basically, you're trying to stay on the surface of the water in the midst of this breaking up ice flow.
Yeah, strategically, I'm looking at the fact that I've got a 9 swim and a 12 con. So I might let this fail ride.
So what we see is Clara go
Instead
over.
of
She
pushing.
starts to try to scramble back up and swim, but then part of the ice flow basically just flows over the top of her and pushes her under the water. Clara, give me a constitution check to hold your breath as you go on.
Okay. So you kind of hear her just cat, like kind of the claws are just sort of scraping on the ice as she's like trying to hold on, and then it kind of breaks off. So it sounds unpleasant. Come on, roll. There we go. 10 under 12.
Okay, so
Succeeded.
you manage to hold your breath as you go under. Anybody still on the raft can make an acrobatics check. Or one of you can make an acrobatics check and one of you can assist to give that person a boon on it to grab a hold of Clara and pull her back up on the shrunken ice
help.
raft.
I can help for the boon.
My acrobatics is
You don't want me
Oh,
involved.
my
mine is
acrobatics
9.
You don't
is
want
a
me involved in
7.
this.
Oh, do I have the highest one? Okay,
Yes, by
then
far.
I mean,
I am
I have the
wearing
highest,
plate
I will-
armor,
but I'm
I
in the
will-
water.
which gives Bane on acrobatics, and I have a 6 in
I'll take the
acrobatics.
boon then from somebody helping
Yeah.
me.
Okay.
The acrobatics
Oh,
person is
I am
the wet cat
the
in the
best at
water with the 15.
Yes.
I will.
You are.
There we go.
If you want me to like punch her,
Oh,
I can do that for you.
success.
Okay. So,
Yay.
truly, with Absu's help, you're able to pull Clara back on. Her fur is sodden, completely wet. She looks like a drowned cat.
I'm sorry. It's rough seas.
I thought since you came in this way, you would be able to go out it easier. I
This
was
part
not
is a
looking
little
for a
tricky.
swim. I have faith in you that you will get us on to
I'll
less deep
dry
water.
you off once we get to land again. I can do that.
Yes, I was going to ask for heat, and then I remembered it would melt the ice. So I will just sit here in a ball and be cold and miserable. Me and Stormhand will just hang out over here and complain.
Everybody give me an awareness check with Bane.
Oh no.
Oh gosh, extra Bane because I got a helmet on.
So
Actually,
pass for
succeeded.
Galahop.
Galahop succeeded. Clara succeeded.
Nice.
You all succeeded.
Succeeded.
Oh no, I
So,
did not.
Clara,
I did
as
not
you're...
succeed.
Oh, okay. Are you going to push it?
No, it's okay.
Okay. So, truly, as you're pulling Clara up, Clara, you feel something move under you. And all of you see a shape in the water because you're all looking down at Clara to pull her up. And something moves through the water.
Truly.
Yes.
Quick,
Okay.
quick.
Why are you
Mush,
so big?
mush, whatever it is. Go to more shallow water.
I
Quickly,
think
quickly.
we have attracted
okay.
it already.
Yeah, I mean, you guys could...
But maybe we can get there quickly.
It's possible. Sure.
Mush.
Truly will try to push the raft forward, ignoring. I guess she can't see the thing in the water. So.
Well,
I think we're fine. I think he's just getting the initiative ready.
oh, yeah, I am. So, everybody go ahead.
Definitely. We're in initiative already.
I mean,
Whoops. Whoopsies.
it is possible, truly, that if that's what you focus on your turn, that you can pull away from it. I mean, that's definitely a possibility. So,
Who goes first?
get everybody in there quick.
We can outrun it, right? Right?
What?
Maybe
What?
we
What
can
are
outrun
we-
it.
Okay, I
Maybe.
will try.
Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. It's very much there. I didn't even bleed in. Let me check. Did I bleed in the water? I didn't think I did, but maybe.
No, but
maybe
you
I did.
are warm.
I was splashing around quite a bit because I really didn't want to drown.
Yes.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, the water is terrible.
It's very cold. Very cold.
I mean,
Who doesn't like
cold
being wet?
water is terrible. A nice, tepid, warm swamp that kind of just goes up to your kneecaps. Oh, it's like heaven. This place sucks because it's cold.
So, Galahop, you see this long snake-like creature swimming under the raft, moving towards you. What would you like to do?
Can I lean over the side and just like punch it? Just like as it's like I'm like looking, almost like I'm doing like almost like a spear fishing kind of deal. I just reach in right as I see its head pop around. I just track it along the side. I'm on like hands and knees, like kind of moving about and just looking to punch it.
So punching or doing any
Okay.
kind of attacks through water does give you a bane, though. So it will be a bane. on
Yeah,
the
that's
attack.
fair. Totally fair. Yeah. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. That's still a success with a 16 under 18. And then I will activate my fist to do an extra damage here. And okay. So right? Is it 10? 17 points of damage.
Nice.
He's just
and you feel your fist come in and rupture scales. I mean, and this thing's body is big, but you slam it against, and you can feel it scraping along the cavern wall as your stone fist impacts with it. You hit it so hard, you almost go over the side, but you're able to pull back in time.
oh, geez, I don't like surfing. Here it is. I got it. Punch it. Stab it. Kick it. Something.
And you all
Spit
feel
on it.
this thing thrashing around. I need everybody, this is not part of your turn, I need everybody to make an evade check to stay on their feet and not go into the water.
Ooh, success.
You
Roll a
guys
2.
Rolling rocks.
Not exactly. I see.
Absu, you want to push that, or
Could I fly?
yes?
Like
you can
instead
spend your
of
willpower
evading?
point. That will be your movement action for your turn. But yes, I will let you fly.
Okay.
Spend your willpower and fly above the raft.
I will do so.
Okay. So you're able to fly up. Galahop, you pass your evade?
Oh, no, I'm going swimming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Oh,
I
no.
go.
So I think exactly.
maybe
you were
I should have
punching.
gone in with Galahad.
You pull back because you started to fall forward in, and you pull back too far, and you go over backwards, and into the water. So give me a swim check.
He's just screaming, counterweight, counterweight. And he flies into the water. Swim test, huh?
Oh, no. No.
Hey, I got it. 4 or 6. Look at that.
So
That'll be the only one I pass. So you better get me out of here quick.
you see Galahop is treading water, looking frantically at everyone else. Absu, you just flew up off of the ice floe as it was rocked. What would you like to do with your action?
I could either attack this thing or I could attempt to pull Galahop out of the water.
This is true.
Just attack thing. Just attack thing.
I'm gonna
Kill
attack
thing.
it. Yeah, I feel like we.
You would know that all Galahop ever wants you to do is just hurt things. Just kill
Yeah.
things. That's all he ever cares.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
I just want to point out before you get started, don't forget
Okay.
about the special attacks, like finding a weak spot to bypass armor and things like that. Those are all
Yeah.
options. So
That
know
is
how
what I
armored
am
this thing is, but-
selecting on the bone trident. I'm looking for that weak spot.
okay, so it will be a bane, but since you're using a trident, it's a melee weapon designed to be used underwater. You don't have a double bane, so you're able to just fly down and stab this thing through, looking for a weak spot.
I think selecting find weak spot adds the bane already, but if it doesn't, I'll roll it again.
It should, yeah, it should.
Oh my mother, Jesus!
Well,
That is-
mark an experience
I should have
point
gotten
there,
you out of the
and,
water. When have we learned?
What a bad roll. What a bad roll. That was
19 and a
so
20.
bad.
That's
19
rough.
and 20.
That's ugly. Go ahead and roll that melee mishap. Let's see what happens here.
My weapon cuts so deep into an object that it gets stuck. Pulling it free requires
So I think
strength rolling counts as an
You
action.
fly down to skewer this thing, and its coil moves at the last second, and you actually bury your trident into the stone floor of this tunnel. So it's just like a half a foot of it sticking up out of the water, and it's buried in the water at the moment.
Okay.
And that brings us to the White Death.
Great.
Let's see what kind of craziness it's going to do here. Sea Serpent pulls a character into the deep, and the victim immediately begins to drown. Okay, well, I think it makes sense that since Galahop is in the water, is the only one in the water, that it grabs a hold of Galahop in its coils and pulls you deeper into the water. I need a Constitution check, which should not be too bad for Galahop.
Yeah. Yeah, this is I'm getting some deja vu here. I'm just getting some deja vu.
I am also feeling deja vu.
Success. 14 under 16.
So you're able to get a big lungful of air as this coil of the serpent pulls you down under the water.
Get away!
Galahop!
Now, depending on what its next attack is, if it's an attack that would require it to release you, you'll be released. Because I think it's kind of ridiculous for it to have you in its coil and still be doing some crazy stuff, so. Okay, well, you're already down in its coil, so it's just going to constrict you. So what happens is this coil just starts to squeeze. And squeeze and squeeze. So you're going to take 2d6 of bludgeoning damage minus your armor. And then on your turn, you'll take 2d6 of bludgeoning damage until you break free.
Got it.
You take 11 points of damage minus your armor.
Yeah, so I end up taking 3.
Nice. Nice, nice.
Okay, so I just kind of feel like some dents begin to form on some of the armor. He's like, wasn't that big of a breath? Wasn't that big? Yeah, and bubbles just come out because no one can hear
I
it.
just fixed this shit.
They pop on the surface and you can hear his voice through the bubble. Like a Disney movie.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
All right, it's last action. Okay, I think it just swallows you. It's got you in its coils. Its head comes down, and it swallows you. But you're not going to be in its coils anymore, so that's a boon. And you can attack it from the inside.
You moved from its tail to its gullet.
Oh my,
Good
you're
news.
what is from the inside? What is that, Tom Kench?
And you only take you only,
Gabe.
your armor.
Oh yeah.
Your armor prevents you from taking any damage as you're swallowed because I rolled snake eyes. So you're swallowed inside of the thing's gut. So you still will have to do your Constitution drowning rolls, but you will no longer be in its coils and taking damage. But you will take a d6 point of damage every turn, bypassing armor, while the
Got it.
stomach juices digest you. Truly. You guys all sort of saw this. You saw Galahop get pulled under, you saw him get wrapped in coils, then you saw this thing's head basically just go right over Galahop's head and swallow him, just like a snake swallows anything. And you see Galahop disappear.
What's on the ceiling in the cavern we're in right now? Is it like stalactites, or are we talking just like worked stone?
No, it's a mine, so it's not worked stone, but there are no stalactites. It's just rock.
Okay, is there like a large hanging rock above where the creature is? So what I'm thinking is if I can shatter a rock that is hanging around where the creature is, just like above where the rock is, it can fall down and do bludgeoning damage to the creature. And if not, I'll try something else.
You could shatter the ceiling, but you'll potentially all be affected by that.
I mean, I would argue Galahop wouldn't.
That's true. No, Galahop would be fine. Yeah. Galahop would not take damage from this, but everybody else might be.
No.
You all die from a cave avalanche. He somehow kills the snake, crawls up out of its stomach. Like, guys, I get it.
Oh, it truly happened. Okay, then are parts of the snake coming up and down out of the water? Or is it primarily just staying under the water?
I mean, it's for the most part, it's underwater. I mean, there's parts of it that are close enough to the surface that you could attack it, yes. But it's not like got large coils flopping out of the water or anything.
Is it far enough out of the water that a fire blast would actually hurt it through the water, or probably not?
Possibly. I mean, I would say give it a shot and see what you do. I will tell this:
Okay.
you don't think a minimum power fire blast would do anything, but you have a feeling that a more powerful fire blast, i.e., one that would do more damage, even if the fire didn't kill it, this boiling water, boiling the water against its scales would probably do the damage. So
Okay, that sounds like a full level fireball or fire blast. So Truly will like just start pulling fire into her hands, and you guys see it growing quite large. And then she is going to successfully hit around the water where the creature is, hoping to boil it. And she's going to do. How does 15 damage sound?
that sounds good. It sounds really good.
Very nice. Very
So
nice.
you see it smack against the scales. You see this armored scales, absorbs a little bit of it, but most of that goes through.
Oh, okay. It still kind of works. And she'll let somebody else go.
However, the heat from the fireball has melted your raft to the point that if in next round, if you do not use frost again to make a new raft, which will affect everybody in the area, you're all going to be in the water.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Which brings us to Clara.
All right. So, Clara has her backstabbing ability, which you can activate when making a melee attack against an enemy that is also within 2 meters of another player character. So I'd like to argue that a player character being inside it is within 2 meters.
You're actually all within 2 meters of this thing, really. So you're good. Yeah.
Good deal. So I will get a boon on this roll, which I believe was going to have a bane because I'm melee attacking in water. So then that should just be a straight roll. Okay. Counts as a sneak attack, cannot be dodged or parried. So doing the roll. Roll the critical. Roll the 1.
So you get double your weapons damage, plus you get your sneak attack damage on top of that.
Which means it's an extra D10. Yep. So I'm going to roll damage, and then I've got to roll another D10 on top of that.
Yep.
So that is going to be so I've got 16 so far. That's 20 total damage.
Wow. So describe what this looks like, because you seriously injure this serpent. I mean, seriously injured.
So Clara, again, is just miserable because, again, wet cat, just grumpy as shit. And so she's like watching all of these awful things happening to Galahop and Galahop and Galahop. And she's like, no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. And she just kind of like shakes herself out, and she just kind of like has this dagger, and she just kind of like leans off the side of this, and like she knows that she's about to like go in the water because it was warm for a second, and that gave her like a little bit of extra like, ooh, it got warm for a second. And then she just kind of uses that little bit of energy to just stab at this thing.
And your blade, this Mastercraft dagger, just digs deep through the scales, and literally the serpent, coiling and swimming away, drags itself through the blade, and it just, you see muscle open up and sinew, and this tear in its side is at least 3 feet long, and its blood is just pouring out, black blood pouring out into the water.
And she's just yelling, Galahop, Galahop, Galahop. Like he's like, as she like makes this hole inside of this thing that he's going to be able to like hear.
Speaking of Galahop, top of round 2, you get to go first. So let's get your Constitution check.
The rare
out of the way.
occasion, which I didn't want to go first. Yeah. Normally I love going first, but this is the rare occasion when I didn't want to.
So somebody can swap.
Yeah, since you're not dying,
swap.
right?
I would argue, but I'm supposed to be taking like acidic damage, like stomach acid damage, and I feel kind of cheap doing that because like it's one of those situations where I shouldn't be like, I don't know, it feels like gaming the system.
I respect that. Yeah. So give me your Constitution check for
But
drowning.
you might die.
Contest. I'm not worried about con. Oh God, 14 again. 14 under 16.
Nice. You do take 1 point of acid damage.
Okay.
That eats through and around your flesh, but you're up. You're still holding your breath.
Okay. Okay. I'm inside of it. I don't understand magical serpent anatomy. I would say, but I guess what I'm thinking about is there I want to attack it in a manner that would like I'm like looking for I can do the most amount of damage. Like I'm looking to just like rip apart organs or anything, whatever I can see. So like consider this something like, I guess this is it find a weakness? Am I doing that?
Well, let me tell you this. I mean, find
know.
a weakness bypasses armor, but since you're inside, it does not benefit from its armor rating anyway. So I wouldn't.
Oh, that's a really good point. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, so then Galahop's going to do what he do
fuck him
best, and he's just going to start throwing some haymakers as best he can in here. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm rolling too high. I'm good. 16 under 18, but I'm rolling too high for my, like I don't want to roll this high. I like when I roll the single digits. So 16 under 18, that's a hit.
Definitely. Roll some damage.
For success. I'll spend a willpower to get my extra die, and he is just and maybe if anyone's looking, you just suddenly see like little chunks of like the guys of its skin just poop, 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 oh my god, 10, 17, 19 points of damage.
So you're punching, and you manage to punch into that cut that Clara made, and you get your fingers out and you tear it apart, and it goes into its death throes as Galahop, covered in sea serpent acid and blood, you see floundering under the water as you kill the White Death, because you and Clara are monsters.
Awesome.
Speaking of,
I think I see him.
Clara,
I think I see him. Yes, I think that. Here, give me your hand. Give me your hand.
So you can either make a strength check or an acrobatics check to pull him up, and we're out of combat at
Definitely
the moment.
acrobatics.
So if somebody wants to help you,
I'm currently exhausted.
Ashley would definitely help. Like, come fly over and just.
So you'll get a boon on the roll.
Keep me up. Okay, rolling it.
Oh,
17 and an 18. That's rough.
No.
So many bad rolls.
You want to push
She
that?
pushes me back inside.
Like, drown,
I
frog.
I'll go scared. I'll go scared. No. We can't have done all of this. And no. So yeah, I'm going to. Oh wait, I got to do it down here. So I'm taking scared and I'm pushing the roll.
That's better.
Oh, thank goodness.
So you're able to
15.
pull Galahop back up onto the raft, but that raft is rapidly shrinking in size and will only be effective for another few seconds before you all go back into the water. What do you want to do?
Truly,
you're out of combat now.
Melting.
You see the serpent's body floating next to you. You know that Bothed will want its head or something, so...
Okay, I'm really sorry. Okay, Truly is going to jump into the water and go below the raft and maybe below the serpents, but she's going to let herself sink, and she's going to cast Frost in the water so that it floats everything back up. And she is probably going to get frozen in the ice, but it'll create the platform that they need, because it's going to freeze the area around her.
I love this. This is amazing. Okay. So we're not going to have them be affected by your frost. It'll just be you in the water. What I need from you first, though, is a swim check when you dive into the water.
Yeah. I don't mind sinking, but we will try to swim. Haha! How about a 19?
You said you don't mind sinking, right?
So you go under. Kind of was your plan anyway.
Yeah.
But
she has no control.
But I do need you to make a Constitution check.
Okay, I will. I don't. Oh, resilient doesn't count here. Hold on, does it? Resilient. Con resistance to poison or disease. Okay, yeah, no. Okay. Just double checking. Roll.
You got this.
Good success. I am the best at con saves.
So you're holding your breath. You get down there. Cast your spell.
And she'll just do a second level frost so that it covers more area so that the serpent is completely coming up instead of just like a little bit of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Great success.
So all of you on the raft see truly under the water cast this spell, and then you feel it's like an iceberg forming under you and pushing you up. The body of the serpent is encased in this new thicker ice raft. However, truly seems to be frozen underwater.
Oh shit! And Absu
Just got Galahop out.
will get her trident. Like, I think I still need to do the strength save, right?
Yep. Do a strength check to pull it out.
That's a success. She rips that out.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And so my trident has an ability where I have Swimmer's Boon. So I spend 3 willpower to breathe water for 1 full shift.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a +2 to swim checks while wielding the trident.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to spend the willpower so I can breathe.
Uh-huh.
And then are we going to try? We need to carve out Truly, right? Like,
Yes, we can't just leave her there. She can't she can't breathe.
yeah. So
This is something she needs to do herself. You know?
I-
That's not true.
If I do it
That's
myself,
my
I don't
partner
know.
down there.
I think you guys want to
I'm just
start.
blowing everything
Yeah.
up again.
I don't know if you guys want to start from the top and then like Absu starts from the bottom, or like how we want to do this, but I'm thinking she might be closer to the bottom ice and I can rip her out that way.
My goal was to be like
and then
below,
it'll
yeah.
leave
Yeah.
it'll leave the top intact, which was the point of the raft.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
we're trying to only break the bottom
Okay.
part.
Then that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to
And at level
chisel
2,
away and get
it's
her out.
like 8 meters instead of 4 meters, so it's much, much larger.
So, first, Absu, when you go into the water, you can breathe underwater.
Yeah.
Just give me a strength check to chip her free with the trident.
Okay. 15 success.
All right.
Nice.
Now, while you're chipping her out, I need a constitution check for you to resist this even colder water than you were in before.
Yeah. 5 success.
You're good. You're good. And truly, I also need you to make a con check to resist the cold.
I wonder if that's because of my brush with undeath. It makes the cold a
Maybe.
little less
Yeah.
frightening.
I think I'm
You kinda
taking
like
the
it.
damage this
She's on a
time.
mission.
Okay, so you become cold, so take a d6 of willpower and a d6 of hit point damage, and you cannot heal until you warm up. All right. So
Could have been worse. 5 and 2.
Not bad, not bad.
Horrible.
So you've got the White Death's body encased in ice. You're literally right around the corner from Bothild's ghost. What would you like to do?
Can we borrow your staff and push our way back to her?
And you can take the staff. It's just like clutched in her hand. She can't let it go right now. She's like frozen.
I got it. I got it from here. You Absu will keep you warm.
So it takes some
And
time.
Clara will try to
Because the raft is
gondola
bigger
this
and it's
place
heavier, but
back.
you're able to turn the corners and get back in. And the ghost reappears in front of you. You return already? Is that... Have you succeeded where all others
We
have
did what you
failed?
asked. Teamwork. We can do things others can't.
Oh, leave its
I am the
frozen
best at
corpse in here
magic.
with me. She looks over at you, smiles, seeing you frozen on your ice skiff.
Yeah, of
She's
course
like-
she'd like that.
She goes, well, you have succeeded in half of your task. Retrieve my battle axe, and I will tell you of the portal.
Okay. Do we?
We all just turn to Absu.
Yeah. Do we have any light sources?
In this little
Here.
room we're in, are there any places of like rock that we could potentially just like rest on instead of sitting on the cold thing the whole time? Like, is there like maybe a protrusion of rock, or is there like I know we have walls. I just wasn't sure if there was.
Yeah, there's not really any ledges. This was literally a vertical shaft that was dropped down, and that's what caused the breach.
Absolutely. And she'll use her wand to tap on the orb, and it lights up like more like a bulb. It's not a torch, and she'll like pull it off of her staff a little bit to give to you.
Yeah, and then if she can, it's time to go and get this.
Okay, so you dive down deep into the water, and it goes pitch black. You feel small things swimming against you, slithering things. Eel-like bodies deep in the shaft, but nothing large. Give me a bushcraft check.
Okay.
This is not a fail thing. It's just going to determine how long it takes you.
16.
Do you want to push it?
A while.
Or
we are on a time crunch, so I will try to push. Yes. 6. She's a little disheartened, being so far away from her friends.
So all of you are shivering up on the raft. You know, your teeth are chattering if you have teeth. Absu, you're diving deeper and deeper into this shaft, but the light is glinting off of something. And at the very bottom of the shaft, next to this giant fissure, you see an armored skeleton of a dwarf. And the crown it's wearing is very similar to the crown that was on the head of Bothild's ghost. And in one of her hands, you see a battle axe, and in the other, you see a shield. What would you like to do?
She'll snag first the battle axe, and then tuck that within her items, and then retrieve the shield for Galahop, because she was given permission that anything down here is acceptable.
Yep, absolutely. So you're able to swim back up. It's only been about 5 minutes, and you all see Absu swim to the surface. And then her wings flare out. She bursts up out of the water and into the air, and then lands back down on the ice raft, holding a shining shield and a battle axe. You see the ghost of Bothild now. You see her start to lose that luminous look, and you see the bite marks in her throat knit together. She almost looks alive for a moment. She goes, "You have succeeded. You have redeemed me. So I will tell you. You must follow the southern shaft to the east. To the end. You will come into a small room, and it will look like you will look at the far east wall. It will not look like anything other than stone, but in the center of that wall, if you press the butt of the axe haft into the wall and say my name, the door will slide open, and it will lead you into the portal room. Hold the axe before you as you walk through, chanting my name, and the mystical traps will let you through. In the floor, in the middle, there is a great dial. It would look like a sundial to all of you. You place the axe haft down into the center of this. There is a hole for it. And then you use the blades of the axe to rotate the dial. You will want to rotate it 3 points past its most northern point. And then a doorway will open. If you step through that doorway, it will lead you to the dwarven underway beneath the castle that you seek to go to. You must leave the axe in the dial if you mean to return through the same portal.
Thank you. If we are successful in our mission, your contributions will be noted in for all of history.
I am pleased that you will remember me to my people. I did just drag Bothield's shield onto Galahop's character sheet. She also says to you, she goes, the shield is a master-crafted, large oak shield fitted with silver, and it is known as the Shield of the Mountain. It is imbued with Stone Shield, Magic Seal, and Permanence at power level 2. So what this means, and she explains all of this to you, because it's all in Dwarven runes on the shield, but she tells you how to activate its power. So what it means, Galahop, is you spend 4 willpower, and the spell Stone Shield casts, and it's a reaction. So you're getting ready to take damage. You cast Stone Shield, and it absorbs 2d6 more damage on top of your armor. But you have to spend the 4 willpower to activate the ability.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Not bad, little shield. Do you have any questions?
Cool.
Any other
I
questions?
have to
of
make
me?
a. Oh, never mind.
No,
Sorry.
go ahead.
You are you? I don't want to offend you or nothing. Like, you sure like you don't want to keep these things that we took? We got for. I mean, they're yours after all. You know.
I am beyond those concerns. They should be in the hands of heroes, and you have proven yourself to be heroes by killing the White Death who killed so many of my people. Take them. If in time you tire of adventuring, give it to a dwarf and tell him my story.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know one who might. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hey, what are you gonna do now?
I will be freed of
this
this
at
place.
rest or something.
I will take the shadow corpse of this White Death into the halls of my dwarven ancestors and proclaim its death and take my place there in the Hall of Heroes. Thanks to you.
Oh yeah, it was no trouble. Yeah, no trouble. It wasn't. It was. Yeah. Hey, thanks. I appreciate. Like she said, yeah. We're not gonna forget this or nothing.
She was, as a parting gift, and you see her begin to glow, and her skin almost turns golden, and the light just flows out of her body and washes across all of you. And it is as if you had a full rest. You feel all of your injuries healing. You feel your mind strengthening. You feel your body resting. You're no longer cold. And at last, she smiles a true smile as she disappears.
Thank you. She left.
And you see that although you're still on your ice raft, the carcass of the White Death is gone. It has been pulled out of the raft somehow and is gone.
We can do things that lots of other people can't do. That was we did that. We were successful at that. Truly, the raft was very, very helpful.
It's very cold still, but yes, a little bit better. Oh, not cold.
You are no
anymore.
longer
Never
cold.
mind.
Galahop, you
Right?
you beat it up from the inside, Galahop. You punched your way right out of it.
Yeah, it was strategic. I just figured it had some really thick scales, and what better way to really kind of get underneath it. Get bypass that armor than go inside of it.
It was really a smart tactical choice.
That was what happened
thanks,
with the
Barnum.
other one that we encountered.
Yeah, it works every time. You just go inside of it. That's all you got to do. Just get swallowed by it. If you're small enough, and then you start throwing off haymakers. Like, it works. Just saying. Hasn't been proven wrong yet.
Well, and we tag teamed because I cut it from the outside, and then you like punched out where I had cut on the outside, and so like we worked.
Yeah.
Good teamwork.
Got my eye with one of them. That was really close. It's like right there.
Oh, I was hoping that I was cutting close to you, but I didn't even. Oh, that could have been really bad.
Yeah, you were close. It was close. Yeah.
Do we know?
And Apsu, you didn't. You went right under the water. You didn't even have to like breathe under there.
Yes, it is the power of the trident.
That's great to have. I still wouldn't want to go in the water. I'm very tired of my fur constantly getting wet. And she kind of looks down and she's like magically kind of like not wet anymore. Like she just got like a blow dry.
Exactly. Actually, yeah, I mean, you guys look like you're bathed and polished. Your gear is pristine. You look like you're ready to go out on the town.
Do we have a concept of like how long time has passed? Because we know that they were planning to like be there in 12 hours, and I don't know if that's
so you've got
that long.
No. You guys have only been down here for a couple of hours, so you probably have 10 hours before the attack. So basically, 10 hours to get through the portal and get staged up, because they assumed you would want to try to infiltrate at the same time they were attacking, so the forces would be distracted. So you've got plenty of time.
Yeah, so I think we could get to like the portal, or like right before the portal room or whatever, I don't know. We're already healed, so that's not a concern anymore.
Well,
why don't we just find the place?
Yeah, let's make sure we can get in,
true.
and then maybe I can actually study a little bit and get more magic, and that would be really cool.
Yeah. Maybe Stormhand can wake up and participate a little bit.
Feeling is really
grumbles.
useful, and I missed it this
you
fight.
listen to me.
He's like, so cold in here. I don't like it. I don't got enough bug juice.
So cold.
It's cold. I'm itchy everywhere. My legs ache.
He's molting.
Truly was inside an ice cube, but I was inside a serpent. What are you complaining? Oh my
There we go.
god!
Yeah, it's always about you.
Kids.
Always you.
Kids.
It's never about me.
That's all he ever talks about is you, Stormhand.
even I know
Everything
that's
is always
wrong.
Stormhand's going to be the next great thing. Stormhand's
Knight
going
of
to be that.
Stormhand. Literally, Knight of Stormhand is my title. Like, it's like right there in the title. Like, I don't. Whatever.
Okay.
You know what? Sit on the back of the raft.
Let's
We're gonna go. We're gonna go
Ghost
back.
instructions.
Maybe you'll be in a better mood when we get to the next room.
Yeah, let's go where the ghost
I
sent
mean-
us.
At this point, you are the hand of Eladane, the fist of Eladane.
No, me?
Yes.
Oh, I guess, yeah. Yeah, and I got this, like, big tree thing for a shield. Yeah, I got, like, a bunch of titles and things. Yeah. Look at that. Hey. That's what knights do. Like, they get, like, titles.
You inherit titles, yes.
So we have a lot of titles, but this part of the passageway is still tricky, and we could still end up in the water again.
That's
Yeah, I don't
Okay,
sell
let's-
that.
Well, since you
Okay,
have,
well, we were all celebrating wins, but yes, that is true. Yes, truly. But
since you
you
have,
know what? Why don't we? Maybe we can work together on
Yes.
this.
Okay.
since
Make
you
it
have
easier.
plenty of time, I'm not going to make you make any seamanship rolls.
Oh,
You can
yeah.
take it nice and slow. You take about an hour, but you're able to get to the room where she described the door being. And you see just what she described: a stone wall, completely featureless. What do you do? Who's got the axe?
Okay, so we.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so Apsu will take the haft and go to the door and intone her name like they were told to do. Or to the
And
wall,
the rock
actually,
just
in
sort
the
of
notch.
yeah. And as soon as you do it, you hear this clicking and grinding noise, and then the wall just separates seamlessly. You can't even tell, that there was a seam where it breaks apart and slides out. And then you're looking into an octagonal-shaped room with with what looks like a giant sundial right in the middle of it, with a hole down in the center of it.
Yeah. And we all chant as we walk, and Apsu holds the axe before her, and she leads, and we're all going to chant her name as we
Me and
walk
Ghost
down
Lady,
to the
me and
sundial.
Ghost Lady, me and Ghost.
Hey, truly, give me an intelligence check.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. I'm gonna get blasted.
While you're doing your intelligence check, I'm going to say, welcome, Raiders. Taking Time Bob Gaming. Thank you for the
Hey,
raid.
thank you, Raiders.
It did not
You
go?
succeeded.
Oh, okay.
No, you succeeded. You got a 3.
Succeeded. You got a 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can't see
So
that.
as you're chanting the name, Bothild's name, you suddenly think Red Mud is in the stables.
Oh, I got to
And
go get my
everybody's
doggy.
gone.
I'll meet you guys back here. And she'll just like run back to the raft while they're in the sundial room and just like take a chunk of break off a little goblin-sized bit of the raft and like quickly scoot back up through the passageway too.
Okay.
You can go the little north way. There's like a little
okay.
when you go right out the door. There's just a little. It's goblin size. I'm pretty sure it's goblin
Yes,
size.
I'll go up this way. I'll be right back. And she'll like scurry all the way back up, hoping that the goblins didn't steal Red Mud. Maybe Red Mud ate some goblins and is happy though.
So Galahop, Absu, Clara, and Stormhand, you're standing in this room chanting Balthild's name for about an hour. And then Truly comes trotting back in with Red Mud. She's eating something. It looks like maybe she forgot. I don't know. What happened, Truly? What were you doing for the last hour?
Oh, so I went and found Red Mud, and then the goblins had left a bunch of like silly traps around just because they were dicks, and so I spent some time on doing them, and then I found goblin bits, which I fed to Red Mud, and then we went and so there was a crate that got left behind, and we popped the crate, and there was a bunch of food in it. So here, I got us all some dinner.
Wait, did you just say you found like goblin bits and you fed them to Red
It's
Mud?
his natural meal.
But like you're a goblin. Aren't you maybe conditioning Red Mud to like the taste of goblin? And he's gonna maybe eat you in your sleep?
No, Red Mud is a good dog, and he loves me a lot.
He cocks his
He's
head
really
off
hungry
to one
and we're out in
side.
the wild in these days.
Camera pans, Red Mud is just drooling above her.
Yeah.
Drool comes down on the
Red
back
Mud
of
will
Truly's
remember
head.
Clara being
We suddenly
gluttonous.
get the Red Mud cam
over.
and like Truly just looks like a thing of turkey.
Regularly, or else bad things would happen.
Give me that. Give me that. You started without us.
Oh.
Here. And she's going to grab some of the food and like throw some Stormhand's way. And she's going to like.
I love it.
I'm very hungry. I didn't realize I was so hungry.
Oh yeah, they got like a lot of trail rations in here, and like bread and like things that preserve for a long time.
Even better.
Bugs?
Oh yeah, I
Like any
think there
bugs in
were
there?
just at the bottom a bunch of cockroaches here, and she'll dig out the bugs that had infiltrated the crate.
It's good protein here, crunch.
Oh yeah.
And Galahop crunches down on this cockroach, and Absu, in the back of your mind, you hear, "You can't get all of me, dear heart. I'm always with you."
Those are you?
What?
Who are
And
you
you just hear
talking
a
to?
chuckle.
There's been lots of cockroaches
Always,
out here for some reason.
dear heart.
He is following me. Those are him.
Oh, eat faster, Gallop! Eat faster!
What's up?
Those are
Yes, eat
Vampire.
all of them.
Like, you can't eat too fast, and like I don't want to get like your stomach aching. That's
Don't
Those are
let
the
him
things
get
that are
away.
torturing Apsu. So
but like, jeez, okay.
Thank you! Yay! So good!
Rapid fire tongue.
And the laughter fades as the last cockroach dies. The last thing you hear is, "I will see you very, very soon. We will finish our journey together."
Okay, so now we go back to chanting her. That's why it didn't work for the last hour, because Truly wasn't here to chant. Okay.
No,
let's
it doesn't
again.
work because I didn't put it in the thing because we were waiting for Truly.
Oh, yes.
And then that's when Apsu kind of sighs.
Just so you all are aware, the vampire is said he will see me very soon. He is probably with Celine.
Oh, great.
Maybe Galahad
That's
can just eat more
great.
of him.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, we shall see.
And yeah, she does
Okay.
exactly as we're supposed to. Put the axe half down, rotate it
3 turns from north.
points from the northern point.
And on the eastern wall, the stone starts to look like it's melting, and then it just sort of shimmers and looks like a pool of brown water. And you can slightly see through it into what looks like a stone corridor. Did you go through?
Are we waiting
We are kind of early.
to hear the sounds of battle?
Well, you know this is going to take you into the dwarf.
To the underlay.
This is going to take you into the dwarven underway, and then
Yeah.
near that is where you will find the entrance up into the cellars of the keep.
Oh yeah, then we better go.
Oh, okay, let's go. I will ride the red mud because I'm very good at it now.
So you make your way through, and you're in a corridor that's wide enough for about 3 people to walk abreast. It's worked stone floors and worked stone walls of excellent craftsmanship. And you see, and you know you're supposed to go along the corridor to the south, and it will bend around to the east, and then you will find the old dwarf entrance up into this castle. And I think that's where we are going to end it tonight as you make your way into the dwarven underways. So we will we'll jump in, we'll do a little of experience, and then we'll see what happens next time. Now, we will not be back in 2 weeks because everybody's going to be gone but me, and I could literally kill them while they're all gone, but that would just be cruel and a sort of anticlimactic way to end this campaign. So come back in a month. I think we'll be heading towards the end of the campaign. Maybe 2, maybe 3 episodes left after that. So we're getting into the climax of the situation. So it should be a lot of fun. All right, experience. Let me get to the table here.
XP.
First off, for successfully freeing Bothild's ghost, you get 2 extra experience marks to place wherever you want.
Ooh,
That's awesome.
nice.
You all participated at the game session. You explored a new location. You definitely defeated 1 or more adversaries. You did overcome an obstacle without using force. You got past Bothild. You got Bothild to cooperate with you without using force. And if you gave into your weakness, that's your call.
I didn't sleep, so
I mean, I ate things, but it didn't.
Well, you could have eaten the whole crate.
Affect much.
You know,
So.
a crate of
You didn't
food.
share with Stormhand is what happened.
I recklessly just ate a ton of cockroaches, which totally put me over my macros
You
for the day, which is
vampire
really not something he
cockroaches.
There you go.
appreciates. That seems pretty reckless.
It seems pretty reckless. And Melissa, I mean, at the end, you did make a point of grabbing food away from Truly and shoving it down your throat. So I'm more than happy for you to take that.
That works. Thank you. Cool.
All right.
We did it.
You guys succeeded. You killed the White Death much quicker than I expected you to. That trident comes in handy. I was sitting there thinking I'd kind of forgotten about Absu's trident. I was thinking that's going to be so hard for them to get that battle axe because everybody's going to almost drown before you get to the bottom. I was like, maybe
I
they need to go get a
definitely
giant
thought you
stone.
did it
old-fashioned-
intentionally because I remembered.
I was going to craft like a movie theater claw, and it was just going to drop down. We were just going to do that 1,000 times until we get it. And that's all it was going to be. We're going to be a really long session of us just, not this time.
Nope.
Julie, your turn.
So I was thinking old freediver tricks, grab a giant rock and ride the rock to the bottom in a couple of seconds. But
Yeah, and then freeze at the bottom, and the ice shoots us back up.
That's why I asked her, like, can you push us down? She's like, no.
And then she's like, I could hurt your spirits. And I'm like,
No, I don't.
those poor orcs that died a horrific death. I see.
Yeah. All the orcs did not die to the White Death. That is for sure. That was clutch for you guys persuading her not to be pissed off about Truly, because she is truly deadly ghost.
And also not a nice person.
What?
That's why Apsu is
like a shield.
we're hiding her.
Thingy.
No attitude.
Thingy. Honestly, one of the nicer ghosts we've met recently in one of these
really?
games. Genuinely. She
like she was reasonable, easy to talk to.
Only because I didn't talk to her.
True. They didn't actually try to kill us.
That's true.
Didn't actually try to kill us. Just threatened us. No big deal.
Just made the offer, made the deal.
If we failed,
easy peasy.
We might be dead.
Well, yeah, there is that.
Almost died, but you know.
Good times. All right, that's all I got, Jeff.
All right, let's do some closing plugs. So, Aaron, what's going on over on Garblag? What games are you playing lately?
So we are still playing Otherscape on Thursdays. This would be at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Garblag Games YouTube channel. Ben is our MC, and we just finished. I finished harnessing up the group and diving into cyberspace to steal a data node from a gang of necro go-gangers. So that was a lot of fun. We're getting towards the end of this arc, I think. So the next episode, we might be going up against the big bad guy. And Richard just finished his run of Star Trek Adventures 2nd Edition Lower Decks. So the last few episodes of that should be coming up on the YouTube channel too before too long. After we finish up with Otherscape, I think we're going to be returning to Wednesdays, where we might be doing some Judge Dredd, or I might be running some Outgunned Adventure. One of the two.
Oh, awesome. Very cool. All right. Over here, we've got a couple things. First, we're going to talk about Huckleberry. Our dear friend Steven has been making a wonderful cinematic action horror Western game. You can find it online, huckleberryrpg.com. You can find a quick draw edition over on DriveThruRPG, and you can back it on BackerKit in a couple months, and you get all sorts of fancy stuff. New update imminent. I had the pleasure of reading some of it in the last couple of days, so I'm very excited to see the stuff that he's cooking up. So get in there now, hop into the Discord, talk a little bit about it, and get excited. In terms of streams, tomorrow we've got Call of Cthulhu. As we are continuing our Eternal Lies campaign. Monday, we've got Time Watch, where we are doing some time travel shenanigans involving mammoths. We're now all in like the Holocene. What are we, like 12,000 years in the past or so? 12,000 BC right now. We just jumped from 1945. We eavesdropped on Oppenheimer. It was a lot of fun. Tuesday, we go to Mystery Flesh Pit National Park, the roleplay. That is the game that Kipser will be running us through. We did our session 0 this past week, and we're gonna get started with our park ranger. I have a park guide who does nothing. That's literally my job. And then next Thursday we've got more Swords of the Serpentine. We're in the final arc of that. We just started up last night and had a ton of fun. And so we'll see who gets out the final arc. But that's it for us. And next Friday, we got Magnus Archives. What am I talking about? We got Magnus Archives next week. Okay. All right. We're going to go ahead and raid somebody. I'm going to put us on the outro here, but then I'm going to go ahead and give a raid to, let's do some Blue Cottage D&D. So everyone, have a great rest of your night. We'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.
Bye.